Here we go. We're back at it. Today is February 5th. And right next to me, we have Ray making his MMA debut for March 15th at the heart of San Francisco Keys Hall Pavilion. Now, Ray, let's introduce you to all the MMA fight fans out there. Who is Ray? Where you born and raised? Where you coming from, Ray?
I was born in Sacramento. I grew up over there, went to high school over there, and then I finished high school out here in San Jose.
Now, what nationalities are you?
I'm a Samoan and Tongan.
Samoan Tongan. Are they not supposed to be together?
Yeah.
My bad. Because we have a lot of Islander traits here. They always talk about like Samoan fighting with Tongan or something,
yeah,
you know?
Yeah, they got a little beef.
And then, shoot, so your mom's side is Tongan.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's pretty cool though.
Yeah. And my dad's side is Samoan. Yeah.
Is your dad bigger than you?
I recently got bigger than him. He's getting smaller. Yeah.
He gotten smaller?
Yeah, he's trying to lose a couple weight. He was pretty big growing up. Yeah.
Man, every time I see the Samoan and the Tongan, man, they're like house, man. All these rugby players, man.
Yeah, for real.
Every once in a while I see 150-pound Samoan, I'm like, what happened to you? Like, did you missing a breakfast or something? And they're all like a 200-300 pounds, man.
Yeah.
So now, how long have you been doing training martial art?
I've been since 19. I've been like in and out of like a couple like gyms because I was living in Tracy and I was doing a little training over there. Nice. But mostly most consistent I've been is probably this year at Sorrells. Yeah.
And how old are you?
I'm 23. Yeah.
23 years of a young age, Ray. Mm-hmm. So you've been training a couple years now?
Yeah, since like 19.
Since 19.
Mm-hmm.
And what's your first fundamentals style martial art that you got into?
It was kickboxing.
Kickboxing.
Yeah.
Now, you're like a 6'3", 6'2". I mean, you're kind of tall and lanky, right?
Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm.
So now, let's talk a little bit about your upcoming opponent. You're fighting a guy, Joe Smar. I can't pronounce his last name. I believe he's American, right? Oh no, Mexican. I believe he's Mexican.
Yeah.
I met him one time. He come to our event, so he's now pretty excited. He wants to jump in and do it. I'm gonna actually interview him in a couple of days, so I can't wait to talk to him about that too. No. So what makes you want to get in the cage and actually have a fight?
Man, I've been watching cage fighting for a long time. I think my dad had DVDs of like the old UFC fights. Like,
DVDs?
Yeah, he had DVDs.
Oh shit!
So he had like Chuck Liddell and like Rampage Jackson, all those. Like, so yeah, I was like, damn. I always watched him, like fascinated how like people would just like fight in a cage and stuff. You
now,
know?
who is your favorite UFC fighter or prior back in the old days?
Back in the probably Dan Henderson. I kind of like.
Oh, Dan Henderson.
Yeah, H-bomb. Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
What about the modern day UFC? Who's your favorite UFC fighter?
Probably Pereira, Alex Pereira.
Well, you do look a little bit like him. Are you gonna fight like him? Similar? Consider yourself?
Shoot, hopefully. Yeah. You know what I mean? 'Cause, yeah.
Oh damn, that's great. Now, growing up, do you do any like high school wrestling or any jiu-jitsu tournament, any of that?
I think I was doing strictly like football and rugby. Football and rugby. Yeah. Just like all the sports the polys do. You know what I mean? Like growing up and.
Now you're Tongan and Samoan. Have you been to Tonga and Samoa?
Not yet, man.
I have.
You have?
I have. Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
So it's a long story. Probably like 15 years ago, a friend of mine, actually one of my students, he actually doing rugby and tell me like he's going back home, blah blah. He's like inviting me to go there.
Yeah.
So I'm like, fuck it. At the time, I was having a little bit of free time, so I actually went to Fiji, Tonga, Samoa. And it was crazy. The people over there actually not that big.
Oh really? Oh shoot.
I actually consider a pretty big guy. I mean, well, back then I was a little bit bigger. I was like maybe 220 pounds, and I'm looking at every one of them. They are in shape, no fat people. I mean, they work in a farm. They all like really stocky, but they're not really that big. And I'm like, why every Tongan and Samoa, as soon as they land to the United States, they add 200 pounds on top of their frame, like literally. And it's crazy because I went to actually in Fiji, I went to one of the rugby training camp. Man, they all like 6 foot, 6'1", 6'2", 180, 175, lean and mean. And I'm like, you guys the biggest people, and the people, even the people at the time, are like, no, we're not that big. I'm like, no, you guys are the biggest people in the state. I don't know, maybe because the Jack in the Box or something like that does something to you. McDonald's or something like it's crazy. Like someday when you go to like Tonga or Samoa, you'll be amazed like how in shape those people. I literally can't even find one like out of shape people, you know. But like maybe because the food or the lifestyle or something, you know. It's a very different, the culture is very different out there.
Yeah.
I really like it, but the only thing that I don't like about that culture is one person made it in their family, they have to share their wealth with everyone else.
Oh yeah.
Do you know that?
Yeah.
That's your culture.
Yeah.
So I went to a village, you know, actually having a dinner with one of the Samoan guys. And he's like, yeah, you know, all my neighbors, they open the door during the dinner time. And then if the neighbor want to come in to join your dinner, they actually can. I'm like, what? You can't close the doors? Like, no, we don't do that. I'm like, so you cook for your food for your wife and then the neighbor can come in and eat your food. It's okay. It's like, yeah. I'm like, that's not fair, you know? Like, you can't do that in the state, I'm sure.
Yeah,
Right?
for real.
So now, on this upcoming fight, what do you know about your opponent?
I just know he's the same age, and this is his first fight too.
Yes.
So yeah, that's
So
pretty much it.
how do you prepare for him?
Just to train, you know what I mean? Just train as hard as I can, you know what I mean, to prepare for the fight. So that's what I have control of. So
Now, on jiu-jitsu, you're training in Saram BJJ. Obviously, they're more like a grappling gym.
yeah,
What belts are you on jiu-jitsu?
I'm a one stripe white belt.
One stripe white belt.
Yeah. So
You got balls, man. One stripe white belt getting in the cage.
Yeah.
But I believe your opponent, when I talked to his coach, I believe he's also a white belt, and I believe he has like one boxing smoker fight, maybe two. So look like you guys gonna be a slugfest.
Let's get it, yeah.
Okay, that's pretty awesome. Now, Ray, if people want to get a hold of you to buy a ticket, come watching you fight, how can people contact you?
Through my Instagram is Big Body Ray RAI. So
Big Body Ray R-A.
No spaces. Yeah.
No spaces.
Yep.
One word.
Yeah, just one word.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Now, any special loved one, training partners, coaches, supporters, or sponsors that you want to shout out to?
I just want to shout out my Leo, our coach over there in Sorrel. I want to shout out all my training partners. You know what I mean? JB, Bryson Long, and Keyshawn, Alex Boris. And my other coach too, Anthony. And that's it. Yeah.
Now, if your opponent, Joe Small, right, watching this interview, what do you have to say to him?
Hey, let's get it, bro. Yeah, I don't really got anything to say. Let's get it. Yeah.
You feel a little energetic now, ready to get in there. I can't wait. Now, one thing about I love to having debuter fighting on the card, they are very unpredictable. Yeah. That's pretty much like almost like a fact, because I have time to time where I've seen a lot of guys making amateur debut, 4, 5, 6 amateur fights, and then turn pro on my event. I've seen it for all the last 2 decades I've been doing events. And interesting about debuters, they all coming in ideally what they want to do. But after the fight, they always tell me the same, like, man, I was gonna do that, but I don't know why I was doing the other thing. Yeah. So it's interesting. So you guys, for more information about this upcoming fight card, guys, check out DragonHouseMMA.com. Please follow Ray on his Instagram. Get a ticket, come watching him fight, give him some love and support. So cheer for him. This is a very big moment for him to walk out as a debut. It's 23 years of young age.
Yeah.
What do you see yourself here, Ray, in the future, as make it as a career, or?
I want to make it a career, you know what I mean? Because, it's just, I don't really got anything else going on right now.
What do you do for work?
Well, I've been recently searching for work, you know what I mean? And I recently got out of my job a couple months ago.
So now
I've just been training.
Tunnel vision, focus on this upcoming fight?
Yep.
Now, I know you're fighting as a heavyweight right now, 230 pound. You don't walk around that big. What do you weigh right now, walk around?
The weight, 230, 220, and up. Yeah, 220 and up.
So between 220, 230, something around there?
Yep.
So now, in the future, are you thinking about moving down to 205?
Yeah, 205, yep. Yeah, But 185 might be the
185.
Yeah.
Oh
185
shoot!
might be the goal. Yeah.
Wow. So you exactly look like Alex Pereira. You're the same height with the same weight class, but you know it's crazy because Alex, I think he walks around at 230. I don't even know how a guy like that and cut down to like 185 because you know I've been around him a few times, even in the locker room, and I'm actually standing next to him. You realize how big this guy is. Like he doesn't have a lot of body fat, but he's really hands almost touch his knee.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a really giant human being. To even make that 185 and then the night of the fight he'll be like 30 pounds back up.
Yeah, for real.
How you even do that? You know?
That's crazy. Yeah.
Wow. So now here we go, guys. We have a very motivated 220-pound guy. I can't really call his weight class now because his first amateur fight. I'm sure the next fight he'll go down a little bit. Eventually, probably work on 205 or maybe even 185. Very motivated young man. Want to making his debut. Making sure you guys really truly come support him. Do you have a lot of family around this area?
Yeah, I got a lot of family in San Jose. Shouts out to them. My aunties, my cousins.
Are they all gonna come watching you fight?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they are. Yeah, it's just.
That's one thing about all the Islanders. They stick together though.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, so like that's why when you see when they have barbecue in the park, there's 40 of them. You got one some more, there 40 of them. Yeah. They're all gonna be there. So come cheering for the fighters. So anyhow, March 15, guys. Door opens at 3 p.m. First amateur fight kicks off at 4 p.m. I believe your fight is probably the second or the third fight of the night. So we have 17 amateur and 6 professional fights. So making sure you guys stay tuned. Door opens at 3. First amateur fight kicks off. So Ray's first race fight is roughly around maybe 4:15 or 4:30 after the national anthem singing. The fight's gonna kick off. So stay tuned, guys. DM him, get a ticket, or subscribe my YouTube channel and follow me on Instagram. Any last word you want to shout out to, say it to anybody, your friends?
Shouts out my mom. Shouts out my dad. Shouts out my brothers. Shouts out my sisters. That's it. Yeah.
Are they all gonna come watching you fight?
Yeah. Yep.
I actually just interviewed another fighter a couple days ago. He's like, my dad doesn't know I'm fighting, and I don't want them to know either. I'm like, what? Your dad doesn't know you're fighting? Goes, no, I don't want them to come. My mom's gonna get stressed out. I'm like, oh shoot. So hope your parents can come by, enjoy, and we also got food and alcohol at the event. It's gonna be a fun event for people to come, even just spectator, cheering for somebody, and even the fighter you don't know, just come have a good time. March 15, Kezar Pavilion, and I'm Zhong signing out. Thank you again, Ray.
Thank you.
All right, peace.